year of our annual bicentennial, the last time we all celebrated the spirit of '76. And there are parallels. No rock band has better embodied the American tradition of rebellion, attitude, and expression than the Heartbreakers. Here's one more quote, and let's see if you can guess who said this one. Benmont Tench is a thoroughly trained classical musician, which is one reason he is as good as he is. And if he chose to do so, he could sit down and rip you off a Bach or a Brahms or a Shostakovich. And most of the time, he elects to play the kind of music he does because he likes to play it. He also plays a mean rendition of What a Friend We Have in Jesus. Boy, he can tear that one out. So that one's a little tougher. Those words were spoken 40 years ago in 1986 by Benmont Tench's father, Judge Benmont M. Tench, Jr., in an interview conducted by the University of Florida's Samuel Proctor Oral History Program. Judge Tench was the son of the first Benjamin Montmorency Tench, a Gainesville businessman in the first part of the 20th century who served as a city commissioner and mayor of Gainesville in 1935 and 1936. Whether you know Benmont Tench III as a prolific studio musician with the likes of Johnny Cash, Bob Dylan, Stevie Nicks, Aretha Franklin, wow, and many more, as a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, as the hands that command your attention and invite your emotion on songs like Don't Do Me Like That and Southern Accents, as a founding member of the Heartbreakers, or as a family member or friend. Today, I have the great honor of welcoming him and his family back to Gainesville for a pair of sold-out performances tonight and tomorrow at the Phillips Center. And I have some things that I will invite Mr. Tench up for in a moment, but I want to tell you there's multiple things. It's not just a proclamation, it's not just a key to the city, it's lots of things. So I want to talk about those a little bit before I invite him up. I don't think we ever had walls and gates to the city of Gainesville, but a thing that mayors do is offer a key to the city to folks that we want to honor and to remind them that we want them to come back as often as they will and to remember that this is home. And this is a perfect opportunity to do that. Now, Mr. Tench has, I think, multiple keys to the city that he has to share with his bandmates. But today, he gets his own key to the city, and I hope that you will use it as regularly as you will, sir. So, yes. Most of y'all have heard me before. You know you don't have to be shy about the applause lines. All right, so again, we have multiple things that we want to offer here, and then we'll give Mr. Tench an opportunity to address you all as well. If you would join me up here, please. All right, first we have a proclamation that whereas Benmont Tench was born and raised in Gainesville, Florida, and developed his lifelong connection to music through a rich and eclectic musical upbringing. And whereas, in the early 1970s, after the breakup of their band Mudcrutch, Benmont Tench, Tom Petty, guitarist Mike Campbell, drummer Stan Lynch, and bassist Ron Blair formed Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, soon to become one of the most influential bands in rock history. And whereas, as the founding keyboardist, Tench developed the band's signature sound, playing on 15 studio albums, and in March 2002 was inducted along with his bandmates into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And whereas Benmont Tench has enjoyed a distinguished career as both a solo artist and one of the most respected and sought-after studio musicians in popular music, collaborating with the most influential songwriters and performers of the past half-century. Whereas through his enduring artistry, humility, and dedication to craft, Benmont Tench has brought lasting recognition and pride to the city of Gainesville, inspiring musicians, songwriters, and music lovers everywhere, while demonstrating the profound cultural impact of creativity nurtured in our community. Now therefore I, Harvey L. Ward Jr., by the authority vested in me as mayor of the city of Gainesville, do hereby proclaim February 18th, 2026 as Benmont Tench Day in the city of Gainesville, and invite all our neighbors to join me in paying tribute to this extraordinary musician, his legacy, his lifelong connection to our city, and his enduring contributions to American music. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused to be affixed the official seal of the city of Gainesville, Florida, this 27th day of January, 2026, Harvey Ward Jr., Mayor. And clap. I'll put these back over at the table so you have to burn it. But you got to be careful with this because this falls off. But I want you to have this key to the city of Gainesville, and I hope you will use it regularly. Wait, there's more. We have in City Hall a hall of mayors where we have photos of mayors going back to the 1920s. And as you heard, Benjamin Montmorency Tench Sr., the first, however the family denotes that, was mayor in 1935 and 36. And we thought it would be nice to take along this memento. We had a local company, Fracture, put this together. It's a photo of Tench's grandfather.
I don't know what to say. What an honor. What an honor. And I knew my grandfather was city commissioner. I didn't know he had been mayor. How I missed that, I don't know. I can't tell you how much this means to me. I love this city so much. After my parents passed away, I kept their house for 10 years. My sister Rachel lived in it and made sure that it didn't fall down. But I found myself with a family and out west and working out west and unable to come back to Gainesville as often as I would have liked. So I don't have that house anymore, but we're going to drive by it and wave at it. This town is so special. When I was a kid, I could go to my neighbor's house and see some of the finest bluegrass musicians I've seen in my life to this day. Playing in somebody's living room. My father played classical guitar, jazz guitar, and classical piano. My mother played piano. It was simply, it's a remarkable, remarkable city for the arts and for music. So I was so blessed to have grown up here. It's a really incredibly supportive community, and I'm really blessed to have been wandering around Lipham Music with Buster Lipham, saying, try this, try that, try this keyboard. And over in the corner were a bunch of older kids. I was 12, they were 15, so they might as well have been 40. And one of them was Tom Petty. And so a couple of years later, when I met him at some club, he went, aha, and I'm like, aha. And I don't know what to say. This is a giant, giant honor. My wife and my child told me they couldn't come because my kid's 8. She's in school. And I got to the hotel last night. I opened the door and I say to my friend Greg, there's somebody in there. And I slammed the door. And it was them. And I hear my wife Alice and my daughter Catherine. And in honor of the centennial of this nation, which I really love, the song American Girl was recorded on the 4th of July, 1976. And I remember taking note that day and going, oh, it's the 4th of July and we're recording a song called American Girl. I wonder if anybody will ever listen to this. Thank you so much. Thank you. And this is all for my mother and my father. And Judge and Mrs. Tench. Thank you.